currently does have forums in Orange County as well. You have the Iranians that are very well organized, the Koreans, the Japanese. So all groups have their own ethnic groups.
Right.
And there's a forum for them to go and network. And I think this is something that would benefit the Afghan community. This will be particularly for people who are currently in college or university, as well as the young professionals. And we would like to have the support of the existing Afghans who are doing very well in different careers, whether they're doctors, engineers, they maybe work at universities. We want them to come and share their experiences and be sort of a role model for the younger generation, and help them make decisions, because it's very difficult to decide what you want to do when you finish university or college, and there's many options available. So if you have an opportunity to talk to somebody who's in that business and gives you inside information,
both on the industry and the company,
and then you could form your own decision, but at least it'd be an informed decision.
Right, absolutely. Now, some of those other ethnic organizations are either political based or they're business based. Now, your idea here is to do one just
strictly business.
Strictly business.
To keep politics out of it.
Okay.
Because if you keep politics out of it, it's going to be a successful organization. It's open to all. It's sort of an equal opportunity, and there's no sort of hidden agendas. And it actually is for the betterment of the community.
Absolutely.
Because if the youth of the Afghan population does well, then it benefits all Afghans, not just the youth itself.
Absolutely. So if it's not political based, that doesn't necessarily mean that if an individual comes in, they want to be networked and they want to go into politics, for example, that they wouldn't have that path.
Correct. As long as the politics is from an academic perspective or something they want to pursue as a career, that definitely there's opportunities for that, because they will be hearing from politicians who will be speakers potentially. However, the point is that it does not become an internal political organization where some are included and some are excluded. We want this to become inclusive for all Afghans.
Okay, so we're looking at folks who are about to graduate from college or university and young professionals. In other words, network them together so that they can bring the younger generation into the workforce. I've actually had a handful of folks send me emails and call me based on the TV show, and they wanted to get networked in so they can find a job. And the first thing that really struck me was that these folks didn't have a good solid base, a good network to go back to. In other words, they needed help with their resumes, which I helped them with, but they also needed help to get networked into different industries. Now, as an individual, I can certainly help them, but it would certainly be better for the community if we had an organization where we can meet regularly. And so what is your vision as far as meetings-wise? Would you meet monthly, annually, quarterly?
I think it should be as a minimum quarterly. And it could be more depending on how it comes together and how many participants really want to be actively involved. So it basically depends on the community how involved they want to be. But as a minimum, it should be quarterly. And it's, as you said, it's not a type of job that one person could do. So it's commendable that you're doing it, but we really need a network of Afghans who are in different professions, and that will give more opportunities for the young generation to have different options available to them. Because you're in the
aerospace
and defense, and somebody else may be in a different industry, so it's more of a variety. So the point is that we need a forum, somewhere where people come together. It doesn't have to be a lengthy day-long conference. It could just be a few hours on a weekend if that's more suitable. And it's a place that people come together. It's an organized structure where you have certain speakers. And this happens around universities currently. I think UCLA had a program. I know UC San Diego had one. So these things are happening. We just want to make it broader than just university specific, so that when people graduate, there's still a place for them to go to. Because if they're currently in university, they have a structure. But when they graduate from that university, there is no network. So this is something that could become an ongoing program, again, for university and college particularly. But at some point, high school students may want to come who are in their senior years just to listen and get an idea. But the better use of the time would be for the young university students and young professionals. Because they may be in a career, they want to change their career, or it could be that they're looking for different opportunities altogether.
Right.
So this will provide that opportunity.
So you hit on a pretty good point here that the universities actually do have what's known as College Day, and they bring professionals in to talk about a career, and this is for the high school students, but the group that you have envisioned is not necessarily that. It's basically taking a step beyond that.
It includes the youth students.
It includes them.
But it's broader. So there could be people who are in different professions that they're not looking for an academic degree.
Right.
But there could be professionals in, for example, building construction.
Right.
Or it could be something totally different, IT, and they don't necessarily have a degree in it, but they still want to do something purposeful. And there could be someone who's doing very well in that field at present, and they could learn from that and see how they did it. And it doesn't mean that what worked for someone would work for the other person,
but at least the form is
information. There. Yes, it's the basic information is there, and I think that's what I'd encourage the youth of our community to get involved in. And this is something that would really help you form different networks, come across people that you not normally would come in contact with. And this is the way that we could build a base, a community base. And this could get extrapolated to many different areas down the line.
Absolutely, because not only is this good for the individuals that come to these meetings, but this is good in general for our community as a whole. So that we can rise up in terms of finding more professional jobs, having folks who are more connected, and in other words, being able to find that mobility. Specifically, folks who have degrees, for example, myself in economics, that's pretty wide open. You can do quite a bit of things. If I wanted to get information about, for example, the finance industry, or if I wanted information about entertainment, this would be a forum where I can come and I can network with people and at least either listen to the speakers or directly network with folks.
Definitely.
Okay, so the expectation is essentially there for folks to come and network, not anything beyond that.
Correct.
Okay, so we're not going to give them homework, so the students don't have to worry about that.
We have enough of that already.
They do, okay. And there's, as far as the young professionals, the draw for them essentially is to help their younger brothers and sisters and cousins in the community.
Yes, I think that is, and we talked about a potential date that we need to target, because again, we need to be action-oriented, not just have these conversations and then we go home and nothing happens. So the date that we have in mind is July 30th, and we'll pick a location that is suitable, centrally located. Potentially it could be in Orange County or somewhere nearby. The reason we said Orange County is because it's only an hour drive from LA, an hour drive from San Diego, an hour from Riverside, San Bernardino, so it's really centrally located. So that's what I'd recommend, but I'm not biased because I live here. I'd be happy to go anywhere else if that's what the decision is.
Absolutely.
But the idea is that we set a time, a date, and I leave it up to you to fine-tune the specifics. But we at least came up with a date, which is on a Saturday, July 30th, and that'll be a good target date that we should aim for.
Absolutely, and we also talked about having other speakers from other community-based networking groups to come and speak as well. So we'll have a few people there, as well as yourself. You can talk about, obviously, you have experience in running a networking event like the Orange County World Affairs Council and also the Pacific Council. So this would be great. We really appreciate your time. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for looking out for the community. And we look forward to working with you and helping our youth.
Thank you. I look forward to it, and I hope to see you all on July 30th.